Thank you very much. Rachel. Knocking out. Rachel, in terms of attitudes towards disabled people, how do you find the current situation, and what do you hope to see change in the future?
Well, I find, because of my travels, I find that the attitudes in the States are actually quite refreshing.
In the United States, yeah?
Yeah. I find that over there I'm not patronised.
Yeah.
I'm treated as an equal, but like they don't, speak to my parents, ask them what I want to eat, and I'm not really sure why the attitudes are different.
Are they very different?
For some reason, I find them different. I find that here I'm kind of defined by my disability, and it's not much fun. I'm equal, I can give as much as anyone else can. I'm here today to speak, so I find the attitudes change.
Right. And why do you think it is that the Americans, have they had a different history for us, a different experience in relation to dealing with disabled people?
Well, I think maybe because it's such a big country, they're used to it more, and they've had kind of more forward thinking, than maybe we, because they had veterans, American veterans,
war veterans, from Korea, Vietnam, right? So who came back and they had to reintegrate into society. Right.
Yeah, so I think they just perhaps had longer experience than us, than we have.
Right. So they've had the Americans have had the experience of trying to change their society to allow for integration.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's you would say it's significantly different from here in Europe?
I haven't had that much experience within the EU, but it's an attitude that I would like to see coming this way.
You're probably familiar with programs like Erasmus, which allow young people to move to study in different countries. And as you know, at the moment, with the unemployment situation across the Union, many of our young people are moving from one country to another country to seek work. How easy is it for members of the disabled community to move abroad, to study abroad? Is that something that's quite easy to do?
Personally, I haven't travelled. I've always stayed here, but I think it should be made easier. There are obstacles, obviously, and what you need to do is research. You need to be very lay out your plans before you go, and get out there and try your best to accommodate, for people to accommodate you.
And in terms of for young disabled people in college or in work, just here at home in Ireland, what type of difficulties or what type of barriers do you face to continue at college, to get into the workplace? What sort of barriers are there that in this day and age that still need to be removed?
Well, I've attitudinal barriers, of course, and then environmental, the workplace has to accommodate people, or the college. But I've been very lucky where I am. I've been accepted in the college as Rachel, the student, before Rachel, the student with a disability, and I've had it's taken me longer than normal to get around, but they've been very accommodating. They've moved modules around, and to suit me. And I think all colleges need to kind of accept that
and show some flexibility.
Yeah.
Show some
it may take someone like myself longer than normal, but it's worth it in the end to to see someone go on and achieve what they can.
So for a young disabled person, maybe 15 years younger than you, 20 years younger than you. What would you hope will change between now and between the time that they go to college, they go into the workplace? What do we need to do to change things, to make things easier for them?
Well, I think what we need to do is to include disabled people in the process of change.
Right.
That, no, the disabled person is an expert in their own lives. And, you know, you need to be able, like, people don't see the little things I'd see in my day-to-day life. They need to learn, they need to have someone there that has experience. And if people can be brought in to make policies, that it will make it easier in the future, you know, because everyone will be in the change.
So a greater role for disability groups in the lobbying process, in the policy formulation process?
Yeah, definitely in the policy making process.
Great. Excellent. Thank you for that. Yeah.